Today, we're revealing the top 6 coins that look ordinary at first glance, but hide incredible stories and serious value. These coins come from different years, different places, and different histories, yet each one has caught the attention of collectors in today's market. From circulated pieces with scratches to rare varieties that sell for big money, we'll break down their background, condition, and why collectors are willing to pay so much for them. Watch till the end, because one of these coins might completely change the way you look at old change. Top 1. The 1993 £1 coin was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a monarch whose portrait appeared on British coinage for decades. On the obverse, the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II represents stability, tradition, and a long era of British history. The reverse design from this period reflects the United Kingdom's identity and craftsmanship, making these coins instantly recognizable to anyone familiar with British currency. Unlike some world coins, most British pound coins do not carry mint marks, so the absence of a mint mark on this coin is normal. However, what makes certain examples special is not the mint mark, but small details in the strike, metal, and condition that collectors carefully examine. Even a dusty, circulated coin with scratches can become valuable if it belongs to a rare variety or has unusual mint characteristics. This particular coin is circulated, meaning it was used in everyday transactions. The surface shows clear scratches from contact with other coins, slight wear on the raised details of the Queen's portrait, and a dull tone caused by years of handling. Despite this wear, the coin is described as fine condition, meaning the main design elements are still visible and readable. For many collectors, this type of honest wear adds character and confirms the coin's real journey through history. The £1 coin of 1993 comes from a time when the UK was transitioning through economic and design changes. Older pound coins like this one are no longer in circulation today, which has increased interest among collectors. Once a coin is demonetized or withdrawn from everyday use, collectors often rush to secure examples, especially those with unusual features or limited surviving numbers. In today's collector market, value is not always about how shiny a coin is. Rare varieties, metal composition differences, off-center strikes, weak strikes, die cracks, or other minting errors can turn an ordinary-looking 1993 £1 coin into a highly desirable collectible. Some circulated examples with scratches have still achieved strong prices because the rarity lies in how the coin was made, not how carefully it was preserved. When these coins appear in auctions, especially if they are authenticated and examined by experts, interest can rise quickly. Collectors from the UK, Europe, and even the United States actively search for older Elizabeth II pound coins to complete date sets or to secure rare varieties. This demand has pushed certain rare examples into big value territory in today's market. The market value of a standard circulated 1993 £1 coin may be modest, but rare varieties and special examples can command significantly higher prices. In exceptional cases, coins with confirmed rarity, documented auction history, or unique minting features can reach surprisingly high values in dollars, far beyond what most people would ever expect from a coin once worth just £1. This is why collectors always recommend taking a closer look before dismissing an old coin as ordinary. A dusty, scratched Elizabeth II £1 coin from 1993 may appear simple, but it could hold hidden details that set it apart. Careful inspection, comparison with known rare varieties, and professional evaluation can reveal whether a coin is just old change or a valuable piece of numismatic history. Top 2. The 1997 £1 coin was issued during a significant period in British history. Near the end of the classic round pound coin era, Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse reflects continuity, tradition, and stability, representing a monarch whose image appeared on British coins for decades. This portrait connects the coin directly to an era that many people still remember, making it emotionally and historically meaningful to collectors. British £1 coins typically do not carry mint marks, so the absence of a mint mark on this 1997 coin is standard. What truly matters to collectors is the date, the design type, and the small production details that can separate an ordinary coin from a rare one. Over the years, collectors have discovered that some pound coins from the 1990s exist in limited varieties or show unusual mint characteristics that make them far more desirable. This particular coin is circulated, meaning it was actively used in daily life. The surface shows visible scratches from years of contact with other coins, counters, and pockets. There is dust settled into the finer details, and the raised parts of the design show smoothing from wear. Despite this, the coin is still in fine condition, with all major details clear and readable. For many collectors, this type of honest circulation adds authenticity and charm rather than reducing interest. The year 1997 is important because it falls close to the end of an era for UK coinage. Older round £1 coins were later withdrawn from circulation and replaced by new designs, which instantly increased collector interest in earlier dates. When a coin is no longer used as money, its role changes from currency to collectible, and that shift often drives prices higher, especially for coins that are harder to find in good condition. In today's rare coin market, value is not determined only by shine or perfection. Some of the most valuable coins show wear but are prized because of rarity, limited surviving numbers, or unusual minting features. Certain 1997 £1 coins have attracted attention due to rare reverse designs, metal composition differences, weak or doubled strikes, and other mint-related anomalies that collectors actively hunt for. When such coins appear in auctions, especially with proper verification, bidding can become intense. Collectors from the UK and international markets compete to secure rare Elizabeth II pound coins, driving prices far beyond their original face value. In exceptional cases, rare varieties from this period have achieved surprisingly high prices in dollars, turning a simple £1 coin into a serious investment piece. The market value of a common circulated 1997 £1 coin may be modest, but rare examples can reach big values depending on condition, rarity, and demand. Coins with confirmed special characteristics, strong collector interest, and documented sales history can command impressive prices in today's auction market. This is why experts always advise collectors and beginners alike to examine old coins carefully. A dusty, scratched Elizabeth II £1 coin from 1997 may look ordinary, but small details can make a huge difference. Comparing it with known varieties, checking weight and design details, and seeking professional evaluation can reveal whether a coin is common or something far more valuable. Beyond its market value, this coin represents a moment in British history and the long reign of Queen Elizabeth II. It reflects a time when the round £1 coin was part of everyday life, passed from hand to hand without thought. Today, that same coin has found new life as a collectible, admired for its history and potential worth. Top 3. The Australia $1 coin dated 1999, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, issued with no mint mark, a coin that many people once used daily, without ever thinking it could become valuable. The Australian $1 coin is an important part of modern Australian currency, and the 1999 issue belongs to a period when Australia was firmly established with decimal currency and strong national identity. On the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II reflects continuity and tradition, connecting Australia's modern coinage to the British monarchy and a shared historical legacy. This portrait represents stability and an era that collectors today find increasingly interesting. Australian coins, including the $1 series, generally do not carry mint marks for regular circulation issues, so the absence of a mint mark on this 1999 coin is normal. What makes certain examples rare and valuable is not the mint mark, but specific details in the strike, metal, design alignment, or limited varieties that exist within the same year. These subtle differences are what serious collectors search for. This particular coin is circulated, meaning it was used in everyday life. The surface shows visible scratches from years of handling, small marks from contact with other coins, and a dusty appearance that settles into the finer details of the design. The coin is described as fine condition, meaning the main features are still clear and recognizable, even though the original mint luster has mostly faded. For many collectors, this kind of natural wear adds authenticity and tells the real story of the coin's journey through time. The year 1999 is especially interesting because it marks the end of the century and a moment of reflection for many collectors. Coins from this period are often saved, studied, and re-examined as time passes. While millions of $1 coins were produced, only a small number stand out due to rare varieties, striking anomalies, or unusual production characteristics that were never meant to reach circulation. In today's rare coin market, condition alone does not decide value. Some circulated coins with scratches and wear have still achieved strong prices because the real value lies in rarity and demand. Certain 1999 Australian $1 coins have drawn attention due to differences in design detail, metal composition variations, weak or doubled strikes, or other mint-related irregularities that excite collectors. When these rare examples appear in auctions, interest can rise quickly. Collectors from Australia and international markets actively seek older Elizabeth II coins to complete collections or secure unusual varieties. This demand has pushed some rare examples into big value territory in today's market, with prices reaching impressive levels in US dollars when the right coin appears at the right time. The market value of a standard circulated 1999 $1 coin may be modest, but rare varieties and special examples can command much higher prices. Coins that are authenticated, well-documented, and recognized by experienced collectors have the potential to achieve significant auction results, far beyond their original face value. This is why collectors always advise taking a closer look before dismissing an old coin. A dusty, scratched Australian Elizabeth II $1 coin from 1999 might seem ordinary, but small details can make a huge difference. Careful inspection, comparison with known rare varieties, and professional evaluation can reveal whether a coin is common or something truly special. Beyond money, this coin represents a chapter in Australia's modern history and the long reign of Queen Elizabeth II. It reflects a time when this coin was part of daily life, passed from hand to hand without thought. Today, it stands as a collectible that connects history, nostalgia, and market demand. Top 4. The 1998 Australian $1 coin belongs to an important period in Australia's modern monetary history. Australia adopted decimal currency in 1966, and by the late 1990s, the $1 coin had become a daily part of life. On the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II symbolizes continuity and tradition, reflecting Australia's connection to the British Crown and the long reign of one of the world's most recognized monarchs. Australian circulation coins typically do not include mint marks, so the absence of a mint mark on this 1998 coin is standard. What matters to collectors is not the mint mark, but the date, the type of portrait used, and small differences in the strike or metal that can separate a common coin from a rare variety. Over time, collectors have discovered that some late 1990s issues exist in limited numbers or with unusual mint characteristics. This particular coin is circulated, meaning it passed through many hands. The surface shows visible scratches caused by everyday use, light scuffing, and a dusty appearance that settles into the details. The raised areas of the design show smoothing from wear, but the coin remains in fine condition, with the main features still clear and readable. For many collectors, this honest wear adds authenticity and confirms the coin's real journey through time. The year 1998 is interesting because it comes just before the turn of the millennium, a period that has become increasingly popular among collectors. Coins from the late 1990s are now studied more closely, especially as fewer high-quality examples survive in circulation. While millions of $1 coins were minted, only a small number stand out due to rare varieties, striking differences, or unusual production details. In today's collector market, value is not based only on shine or perfection. Some of the most valuable coins show clear signs of circulation but are prized because of rarity, low survival rates, or special minting features. Certain 1998 Australian $1 coins have attracted attention due to variations in design detail, metal composition, weak or doubled strikes, and other mint-related irregularities. When these rare examples appear at auction, collector interest can rise quickly. Australian and international collectors actively seek Elizabeth II-era coins, especially those from earlier decades of decimal currency. This strong demand can push prices higher, and in exceptional cases, rare examples have reached impressive values in US dollars, far beyond their original face value. The market value of a standard circulated 1998 $1 coin is usually modest, but rare varieties can command much higher prices. Coins that are properly identified, authenticated, and supported by collector demand can achieve big values in today's market, surprising many people who once saw them as simple pocket change. This is why collectors always recommend taking a closer look before dismissing an old coin. A dusty, scratched Australian Elizabeth II $1 coin from 1998 may appear common, but small details can make a major difference. Comparing it with known varieties and seeking expert evaluation can reveal whether it is ordinary or something special. Beyond its market value, this coin represents a moment in Australia's modern history and the long reign of Queen Elizabeth II. It reflects a time when this coin was part of everyday life, used without a second thought. Today, it stands as a collectible that blends history, nostalgia, and potential value. Top 5. The 1984 Australian $1 coin comes from an important era in Australia's decimal currency history. Australia introduced decimal currency in 1966, and by the 1980s the $1 coin had firmly replaced the $1 note. This shift marked a major change in how Australians used money, and coins from this early period of widespread circulation now hold growing historical importance. On the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II represents continuity, stability, and Australia's connection to the British monarchy during a time of national growth and modernization. Australian circulation coins, including the $1 series, typically do not carry mint marks, so the absence of a mint mark on this 1984 coin is normal. What collectors focus on instead are the finer details: portrait style, strike quality, metal characteristics, and small variations that may exist within the same year. Over time, collectors have discovered that some early $1 coins were produced in smaller quantities or show subtle differences that make them far more desirable. This particular coin is circulated, meaning it was actively used in daily transactions. The surface shows visible scratches from years of handling and contact with other coins, along with a dusty appearance that settles into the recessed areas of the design. The raised features of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait show smoothing from wear, yet the coin remains in fine condition, with all major details still clear and readable. For many collectors, this kind of honest wear adds character and proves the coin's real place in everyday history. The year 1984 is especially interesting because it falls within the earlier decades of Australia's $1 coin production. Coins from this period are becoming harder to find in decent condition as time passes, since many were heavily used and not saved by the public. While millions were originally minted, far fewer survive today without excessive damage, and even fewer show rare varieties or unusual minting characteristics. In today's rare coin market, condition alone does not decide value. Some of the most valuable coins show circulation wear but are prized because of rarity, limited surviving numbers, or unique mint-related features. Certain 1984 Australian $1 coins have attracted collector interest due to variations in strike quality, design details, metal composition differences, or other production irregularities that were never intended to leave the mint. When these rare examples appear at auction, interest can grow quickly. Collectors from Australia and international markets actively seek older Elizabeth II coins, especially those from the early years of the $1 coin. Strong demand, combined with limited availability, can push prices higher, and in exceptional cases, rare examples have achieved surprisingly big values in US dollars. The market value of a standard circulated 1984 $1 coin is usually modest, but rare varieties and special examples can command much higher prices. Coins that are carefully identified, authenticated, and supported by collector demand can reach significant auction values, far beyond what most people would expect from a coin once worth just $1. This is why experienced collectors always advise taking a closer look before dismissing an old coin. A dusty, scratched Australian Elizabeth II $1 coin from 1984 may look common, but small details can make a huge difference. Comparing it with known varieties, checking weight and design features, and seeking expert evaluation can reveal whether it is ordinary or something truly rare. Beyond its market value, this coin represents a meaningful chapter in Australia's modern history. It reflects a time when the $1 coin was still relatively new, passed from hand to hand as the country adapted to change. Today, that same coin has found new life as a collectible, valued for its history, rarity, and growing demand. Top 6. The 1985 Australian $1 coin belongs to an era when Australia was still adjusting to major changes in its currency system. The $1 note had been replaced by the coin just a year earlier, making this period especially important in Australian numismatic history. Coins from the mid-1980s represent the early years of the modern $1 coin, and many were heavily circulated, which makes surviving examples increasingly interesting today. On the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II reflects stability and tradition, symbolizing Australia's connection to the British crown and the long reign of one of the world's most recognized monarchs. Australian circulation coins typically do not carry mint marks, so the absence of a mint mark on this 1985 coin is normal. What truly matters to collectors is the date, the portrait style, the quality of the strike, and any subtle differences that may exist within the same year. Over time, collectors have discovered that some coins from the 1980s were produced in smaller numbers or show unusual mint characteristics that were not noticed when the coins were first released. This particular coin is circulated, meaning it was used in daily transactions. The surface shows visible scratches from contact with other coins, counters, and pockets, along with a dusty appearance that settles into the finer details. The raised areas of the Queen's portrait show smoothing from wear, yet the coin remains in fine condition, with all major design elements still clear and readable. For many collectors, this honest circulation wear adds authenticity and tells the true story of the coin's journey through time. The year 1985 is significant because coins from this period are now several decades old, and far fewer remain in good condition. Many were spent repeatedly and never saved, which reduces the number of surviving examples today. While millions were originally minted, only a small number attract attention because of rare varieties, striking differences, or unusual production features. In today's rare coin market, Value is not decided by shine alone. Some of the most desirable coins show wear but are valuable because of rarity, low survival rates, or special minting characteristics. Certain 1985 Australian $1 coins have gained attention for differences in strike quality, design detail variations, metal composition anomalies, or other mint-related irregularities that collectors actively search for. When these rare examples appear in auctions, interest can rise quickly. Collectors from Australia and around the world seek Elizabeth II-era coins, especially those from the early years of the $1 coin. Strong demand combined with limited availability can push prices higher, and in exceptional cases, rare examples have achieved impressive values in US dollars, far beyond their original face value. The market value of a standard circulated 1985 $1 coin may be modest, but rare varieties and special examples can command significantly higher prices. Coins that are properly identified, carefully examined, and supported by collector demand can reach big values in today's market, surprising many people who once saw them as simple pocket change. This is why collectors always recommend taking a closer look before dismissing an old coin. A dusty, scratched Australian Elizabeth II $1 coin from 1985 may appear common, but small details can make a huge difference. Comparing it with known varieties, checking its weight and design details, and seeking expert evaluation can reveal whether it is ordinary or something truly rare. Beyond its market value, this coin represents a moment in Australia's modern history. It reflects a time when the $1 coin was still relatively new and becoming part of everyday life. Today, that same coin stands as a collectible that connects history, nostalgia, and growing market interest.